Hi, I'm Amy Brock with the Brock Home Team and with Keller Williams Experience Realty. And today's segment for our YouTube channel is going to be a little different in that we're going to talk about the importance of reading books. So this is going to be a coaching talk, and I want to start off with saying readers are leaders. And so I have quite a few books in front of me, and these are not all my favorites because one that's missing out of here is it's John Ortberg's Soul Keeping, and it's at home, but I love that. So let's talk about why reading is important. The coach in me, and I'm a productivity coach and a life coach. The reason I value books is because of the learning side of things. I am so learning based. I'm so growth minded, and so I want to talk to you about what I've been reading, and me and my team. I'm a team leader of the Brock Home Team, and so we just finished a book called Exactly What to Say. Actually heard Phil Jones speak at two of our different Keller Williams conferences, and it's like I gotta have that book, and we gotta learn what to say as realtors and what's gonna move people to an answer or move people to a decision, and words matter. I'm super excited about this because I'm in a little bit of a slump in my life, probably due to a surgery in June, and we're recovering quite nicely, but it shut down everything that I valued. Strength training, walking every morning. And so this 5-second rule is what the team is going to start in 2 weeks. We got those on order for everybody. Bible of Real Estate Millionaire, Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. This is basically the how-tos and all your systems and models, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel. But we are in a market shift right now, so I need to reread this one, because as houses are adjusting ever so slightly in this market, I need to know what to do in this shift, how to cut back on expenses, how to explain better to my sellers why they're overpricing their house, or whatever the case may be. So let's talk about some of these other books. Because I'm a team owner, we went through 5 dysfunctions of a team because this little girl doesn't want any dysfunction in my life whatsoever. So I'm going to guard that big time. I love Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan works with Dave Ramsey. I'm a Ramsey Trusted Pro. Let me put a plug in for that. I think 8.5 years now. And so that means I get leads from Dave Ramsey. He's the talk show, a radio guru, get out of debt, stay out of debt, live within your means guy. And Chris Hogan has teamed up with him. And Everyday Millionaire and Retired Inspired have been amazing books to read. And they made me say to my husband, Joe, what is our net worth? Because I had no idea. I was too busy blowing through life and real estate and being a Mimi and all the different hats that I wear. And I was pleasantly surprised to know that when we got married all those years ago, that we started building an IRA. He started with a 401k. And I remember needing to rob Peter to pay Paul back in our young years when our children were little and we were so broke, and he wouldn't let me, and I'm so thankful that he didn't. So let's move on and let's talk about Dave Ramsey, Ramsey Trusted Pro, Total Money Makeover. Everybody needs to read this book because we all have to live with money to do life. I love a saying, money's only good for the good money does, or money's good for the good money does. And so money isn't the problem. The love of money, the Bible says, is the problem, but the Total Money Makeover has a system in place, and it talks about how to manage your finances at a high level. This is a book that I've ordered probably 6 months ago, and we're going to read it with the team. Your future self. Do you ever think about where you want to be 5 years from now, or 3 years from now, or even 10 years from now? I know this. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to be right where I'm now. I want more growth. And so that's what books do for us, is they grow us. They inform us. They take us to other countries and continents, and I love them. Okay, let's talk about this last one. My team read very recently, Dale Carnegie, Golly Moses, where has this book been all my life? How to Win Friends and Influence People. The only book you need to lead you to success. Excellent book, and it's timeless because Dale Carnegie, I think, passed away in 1959, but don't hold me to that. Healthy Me, Healthy Us. As a coach, I'm not just looking to coach people into real estate productivity. I'm looking to coach them in the life side. Are you healthy? Do you have boundaries in place so your relationships are healthy? Do you manage your time well? Do you exercise? Do you eat right to take care of yourself? Because all of that is the total part of the total package. And so we read a book, and Autumn Rathman, who was my director of operations at the time, suggested it, Healthy Me, Healthy Us. Love the subtitle, Your Relationships Are Only as Strong as You Are. And this little girl values my relationships, every one of them, and I want them to be healthy. I've been to Africa 4 times, to Uganda, on mission trips, and this book, Surviving Your Serengeti, while we weren't in that part of Africa where the Serengeti and the migration takes place of all those safari animals, it is a book about 7 skills to master in business and life. And so guys, this is really, really a good book. Energy Bus. I have a lot of energy for this stage of my life, not hyperactive or I'd be skinny, and I'm not, but I am thankful for this book because it's 10 rules to fuel your life, work, and team with positive energy. So I printed out when I had my team, and everybody had to have a ticket to get on the bus, the Energy Bus. And so this one was a great book, one of my all-time favorites, because our habits, we make our choices, and our choices make us. Habits make or break us. Tiny changes, remarkable results. I've actually traveled to other brokerages, not other brokerages, KW brokerages, but other market centers to teach this. And one of my slides has me deadlifting 200 pounds because when I hired my strength trainer 2 years ago, I couldn't barely lift 75 pounds correctly and deadlifting it. And in one of my slides, when we talk about this book, I met a goal, a personal goal at my age of deadlifting 200 pounds. Pretty proud of that. So just know these are some of the books. So let's wrap this up by saying, if you're not reading and you don't love to read, audiobooks might be the thing for you. I was not a reader growing up at all, and actually in my 20s I wasn't, but when I started homeschooling my twins, I got weekly readers, and I would put on the wall places you can go if you just read. And I just would tell my girls, I love to read, I love to read, I love to read, and I didn't. Because here's the deal, I knew how important reading was, and I wanted them to become readers. All 3 of my children are avid readers, and they're grown up with their own children. I'm a Mimi. But let's just stop right now and say, if you're not reading something, find something that interests you, get a good book, get a cup of tea or coffee, go sit with a friend, and talk about your books. I'm an external processor, 2 book clubs I'm in, because we gotta talk about these books. Hope you're having a great day, enjoying this beautiful weather, and go sit down, slow down, and read some.